Inside Disc Golf.
Welcome to the second edition of Inside Disc Golf Players Takeover. Very happy to have Elina Rydberg, Josefine Johansson, and Falk from Sweden in here. They're having a ton of fun at Tyyni and making the most of the experience, and they have a lot to say, so listen up and enjoy.
Inside Disc Golf.
Hi, and welcome to the newest episode of the Players Takeover here on Inside Disc Golf. Today with myself, Elina Rydberg.
And me, Falk.
And me, Josefine Johansson.
We're three Swedish players here, and today we are going to talk a little bit about our off-season and the training camps that we've had in collaboration with the Finnish national team. And we will, of course, speak a little bit about Tyyni, that we are here playing right now. And new for this year is that the Tyyni course has the FPO layout, which makes it perfect to talk about pros and cons about FPO and MPO layouts and what we've discovered this far. Mm-hmm. And we've been working a lot with it in Sweden past season, and hopefully have some insights to bring.
Yeah, maybe we can help the other countries to evolve their FPO layouts and everything. So
hopefully,
we'll see. We'll talk about some stuff here.
Yeah. But this isn't the first time we're in Finland.
Nope.
No. We have been here a few times now, and last November we were here in Helsinki having a training camp together with the Finnish national team.
Yes.
And their coaches. And what happened then? What did we do?
Yeah, it was the first ever collaboration between Sweden and Finland.
Yeah.
Where there were 16 people from Sweden and 16 people from Finland coming together and making a training camp. So it was 8.
From us, it was 8 ladies and 8 guys, right? And Finland had,
I think, 9 guys.
And 7
9 men
girls.
and 7 girls, because there was someone who wasn't able to come.
Yeah.
And there we shared our experiences on the course, and we had Johan Sleman as a Swedish coach and then Jonas Merle as a Finnish coach, and they had been planning this for 9 months, which I think was a great experience for me, at least. We had strength tests, throwing tests, we had putting tests and mental strength, and a lot of stuff going on during those camps, because there were 2, one in Finland, one in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I feel like the first camp was really good, but it was a little bit not nerve-wracking, but I mean, I was a little bit nervous because I haven't met that lot of Finnish players and not all of the Swedish players. Mm-hmm. So the second camp for me was much better than the first one, even though it was quite similar to the first one.
Same here. So. And I think it was good to have the first camp to get the baseline and to get to know the other players. Mm-hmm. But mostly the cooperation. It was so much more than just getting a baseline on strength and throwings and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. What to say? Vad heter det? Fördel. One pro.
Advantage.
Yeah, advantage. Yeah. Is so this time when we come to Tyyni, we are staying with Heidi and Sonja and Sasu. Mm-hmm. So we have made connections and can travel and live together, and that's fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when we come to Finland, we can stay with them or like that. And if they come to Sweden, they won't be scared to ask us if it's possible to stay with us.
And you've touched a little bit of the subject of what we did, but the first thing we did was that we got a screening, like a functional movement screening, to kind of know where our body's at, like our range of motion and stuff like that.
Our mobility. So.
Yeah,
Mobility and strength.
And then we got a lot of help with like specific exercises and things that we should focus on as individuals for the upcoming off season that we were just about to start.
Exactly.
And I for me, it helped me a lot actually to kind of like pinpoint specific stuff. Like I didn't know that my right shoulder, like my throwing arm, had a decreased mobility compared to my left arm.
I scored a 0 on that one. It was like my left arm, it's perfect. My right arm, 0. Oh God.
Yeah. So a 0 is a really bad thing for the sport.
On a scale from 0 to 3.
Yeah, they were
so
rating
3
us.
is like full motion, and 0 is no good.
That's not what you want.
No, it's not what you want. But to get the help to pinpoint these specifics and to know kind of like, okay, you have a really strong lower body, but you need to work on your upper body, or you need to work on mobility because like the way you move is not helping you develop the power that you need for disc golf or putting or whatever. And when we were here in Helsinki, we kind of like drew the baseline, as you said, to see kind of like where we're at.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that we met everybody.
Exactly.
And then later this winter, like in the middle of the off season, basically, we had a second camp in Sweden.
February.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the first camp, I just want to talk a little bit about that. We got exercises after that camp, what we need to focus on and what kind of muscle groups you need to use when throwing a disc. So for me also, it helped a lot with getting these exercises because I've been to the gym before, but it's only been for like muscles and stuff, not specific disc golf muscles. So this was extremely helpful for me to know why I need to be strong here and what affects everything. So that was really good for me. And
because otherwise you would just go to the gym and you will do regular like gym exercises that everybody else does, but it's not like sport specific. No. And that's what Johan and Jonas helped us with to develop like, okay, but what is sport specific for disc golf and why is it not just regular gym workouts?
Exactly.
And also how to make a training program that you don't start with the plyometric exercises. You start with building up the strength, and then you can slightly take off some weights, and then you can do more explosive movements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And plyometrics is like jumping and stuff like that, for those who don't know that.
Exactly. And then on the second camp, we went to Sweden, in Stockholm and Bosen. And there we was going to see how much we had improved during November to late February, I think it was.
Yeah. Because then we
So
had
like
some
3
months,
3-4 months.
Yeah, of those specific exercises that we got. And we were going to do the second run of tests to see if or how much we improved in those specific exercises. It could be if you're more explosive, if you're faster, if you're stronger, like specific measurements to be able to kind of like see if the work we've done during these months have paid off. So
Yeah.
and I think most of us actually increased
The strength.
all of them.
And especially the strength and mobility, I think.
A lot of people went from, as you said, 0 on the mobility, like on the shoulder mobility, to a 3. I did. And it was so weird to kind of like, but I mean, my shoulder has always been fine. I've never had pain. I've never had any struggles. But obviously it was very stiff.
Yeah.
And if Jonas hadn't told me that, I wouldn't have known. But
Exactly.
then I got like specific exercises to help with the mobility, and well, now it's working even better.
Yeah, and for me, like that also got a zero. And knowing that late last season I had some issues with my throwing arm. Not that big of issues, but after tournaments I felt sore and stuff like that. And I couldn't like push and get out that much force in the throws as I wanted. And we came to the camp like in November, and I had my last competition in September, and I was still sore when he did the tests. And then at the retesting stuff, I didn't feel the pain. And now we have come a bit into the season, and I don't feel that soreness anymore.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And I also think it's good to see that increasing so much in strength, as many of us did, also shown in like how fast we throw, how hard we can throw the disc.
Exactly.
So for me, that hadn't thrown almost nothing during the winter, at least during November to February. I still increased my forehand speed with...
Because that was also one of the tests we did. We threw into a net with our, like, Josefine is a predominant forehand player, and Carl is a backhand player. I do both. So I actually took out tests for both. But to see, like you measure with the speed gun and you throw into a net and see your capacity from the...
So one of the exercises we did were that after we had thrown our max power into the net with the speed gun, we were supposed to throw 90% power
Or higher.
Or higher.
or higher. Yeah,
So
that's true.
over 90%.
Exactly, over 90% power into this square thing, who were like maybe
1
30,
and 1. I think it was
and maybe
1 meter and one square meter.
Somewhere
Yeah,
between
exactly.
1 to 2.
Yeah.
something like that, and it was maybe 30 or 40 meters in front of us.
Yeah.
We were supposed to hit that to be able to like hit the target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then
And
get
then we
score
had
based on
like
that.
10 throws.
Yeah, exactly.
And they measured how many throws of those 10 did hit the square and how many did miss the square.
Exactly.
It-
Kind of like simulating hitting the line out on the course.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter if you missed a square with 3 centimeters or 3 meters. It's still a miss.
Miss is a
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah.
And so are the trees.
Exactly. No, so I think this was a great collaboration between the countries, and I think everyone took it really serious between the camps, and that shows when everyone improved. There were some people who couldn't attend the second camp since they were already touring. So we got
Touring and illness and stuff.
illness
like
and
that.
stuff, yeah. So we got a few new people, but I think during the second camp, the rest of the people who were at both camp got to know each other really well.
Yep.
So we could welcome the new players who weren't at the first camp much better than when we met the first time.
Yeah.
So I think this is a really good collaboration, and I hope they will continue to do this in the future.
I hope so too, because as you said, like if it weren't for these collaborations, we wouldn't have gotten to know the Finnish players or even the Swedish players better.
Yeah.
And to have the opportunity to travel together and, I mean, maybe tour together in the future. Like if we were to go to the US, we could bring some of the other Europeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
as
don't need to find Swedes. We can talk
exactly.
to...
We can take
Yeah, I'm
everybody
tired of
and
Swedes. No, sorry.
Of course.
yeah. But like we had like a comic mantra at the camp saying that all the Europeans are supposed to take down the Americans.
Exactly.
Bring down the Americans.
That's what we're hoping to do with these camps,
Yeah.
to make European disc golf even stronger on the big scene.
Yeah, because I feel like Finland has come a little bit further than Sweden has with both players and training and everything.
Yeah.
The level is quite higher here. So for us as Swedes, I think we had a really good advantage of learning from how they practice, how they train, and what their experiences is.
And also seeing what is the difference. What are they doing and what are we doing, and what can we do better to become as good players as they are. I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's about it, about the training camp.
Inside Disc Golf.
So we are here at the Tyyni event in Sibbe course right outside of Helsinki. And this is our second time here.
Yeah.
You were here in 2018.
I think it was 2019, but
19?
we don't have to talk about that too much.
Okay, cool. But me and Josephine, along with a few other friends, were here in 2022, last year. And that was our first international event.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now we're back this year, and you got to tag along.
Yeah, I felt
This
like,
time.
okay, if we're going to talk about 2019, it's I played really bad. But it was quite early in my career, what do you call it?
Yeah.
So I wanted to have some redemption, and I haven't got it yet. So better luck tomorrow.
Yeah.
Still
Still
one round
have one more round.
18 holes to do it.
Yep.
Can you do the 18 under? Set the
No.
course record?
Well, but I
Well,
can try.
technically. Yeah. But this year and also last year is very special because Tyyni is played at the same time as Swedish Open.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult to choose event.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I loved being here last year, competing at the Sibbe course. I really love the course. And, well, obviously I finished third. So I wanted to see if I can do something again.
Can
and
improve.
so far, no. But there's still 18 holes to this.
Yeah.
But I really like the atmosphere here, and the European Pro Tour has put up some really great events this far this year, and also last year. So for me personally, it wasn't that hard of a choice. But how do you guys feel about it?
If I'm gonna start, I'm here for two reasons, or maybe three reasons. Because me and Jenny, who wasn't feeling that good now, but she's still here in Finland competing.
Jenny Larsson.
Yeah, Jenny Larsson. We have been touring together this year, and since she was going here, that's one of the reasons I go here, because she planned everything. So I just had to tag along.
She's the mama.
Yeah, I don't need to.
He's
think
like,
of
here's your
anything.
tickets, here's your competition fee.
Yeah.
Like, here you go.
Oh, it's
Did
tomorrow.
you remember
okay,
your?
let me
did
tag.
Did you remember your passport?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I don't have to plan anything. So that's also really good.
Yeah.
Second reason is what I said before. I've been here before one time, and I want to have a little bit of a redemption. And the third reason is no, I forgot what that was.
It's Finland.
Yeah. What was I thinking of? No, I forgot. But we can talk about it later.
It wasn't an important.
No,
since you forgot it.
But okay, maybe it was this reason, or I came up with a new reason. But when I signed up for all my tournaments, it was maybe February or March, and since all of the US players were coming, I felt like I was not on that level at that time who I could compete with. And I'm not saying that the field in Finland is easier, because it's not, but I felt like with all the other reasons, I want to come here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and I'm happy I did, even though I'm not playing so great yet. So that's why.
I both liked the event last year, and I liked the course really much. So that's why I chose this event. instead of Swedish Open this year. Yeah.
Because, well, at least I have gotten a lot of questions like, why aren't you at the Swedish Open?
Yeah.
Same here.
And like, for me, it wasn't like that hard of a choice.
Yeah.
But of course, like, if I were to be able to choose more often to play, like in Sweden, in my home country, like being close to home and everything, I would probably prefer that. But now that I'm not playing that many events, I want to choose my events more.
Yeah.
And focusing on the European Pro Tour this year made the choice even easier.
Yeah.
Also-
And
also-
one thing, I think we both think it's sad that those two big of events is in the same weekend.
At the same time.
Because at least in the FPO field, it would have been so fun to have all these ladies in the same event.
Exactly.
Or at least the possibility to have all these
Yeah.
talented players in one event.
Yeah.
So if they were to be on different like weekends, obviously I would play the Swedish Open.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Same here.
Of course.
Yeah. But we are here at Tyyni and having our Tyyni moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, we have played 2 rounds this far. Maybe not to the level that we want to, but Josefine, what is your best Tyyni moment this far?
Hitting a goose. Yeah. Yeah. Getting saved by from the OB by a goose. That's my best moment today, I think.
Yeah,
Tell us
okay.
more. What happened?
No, I just...
Was it hole 13?
13.
By the
yeah,
water?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I let my disc go on just slightly too much heiser. And it went... First popped up and started turning, but the wind came and it was like... But no, please be safe.
Don't go OB.
And the goose was like...
So you hit the goose and stayed in bounds.
Yeah. C2 hit with a goose.
Oh yeah. That's
And then
awesome.
a guy like up watching.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, you have to thank the goose.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Nice.
Thank you, goose.
Yep.
What's yours so far?
I think actually it's the same hole.
Yeah.
And my C2 putting has been terribly bad this season. But yesterday, during the first round, like hole 13 was my nemesis hole last year.
Yeah.
I think I went OB all 3 rounds. And in practice, I was like, I got this. It's a forehand, like 100 meters. It's my bread and butter. But I could not execute that hole.
Yeah.
So yesterday, the first round, I threw a forehand. I almost killed a goose. I missed him by this much on top over his head, but landed somewhere around 15 meters, and I made a really good C2 putt.
Yeah.
And I think that was the best moment. Tied with hole 4, also yesterday's round, where I threw a forehand about the same length of a hole, but that one was in the circle, but a 9-meter uphill. So
Yeah.
Nice.
still a good putt.
Yeah.
You know, Mikko is gonna be disappointed that you didn't kill the goose.
I know he said that, but let's wait until the fall, okay?
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, there is one
sorry.
round left, so she could still make it
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can hit 2.
in one throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're on the same card tomorrow.
Oh no,
We can hit 4 gooses.
I'm not following that card.
No. What's your best moment so far?
I think I have like 2 different moments because one of them is from today where I wish I birdied the hole 5 monster hole. I had a 6-meter putt which I missed. But the throwing on that hole was super good from me. And the other Tyyni moment is all the good people around it, both staff and the card mates I'm playing with. I was about to talk about it before we got into this, but just that one of the reasons of going to Europe and playing other countries is that you get to meet a lot of different people instead of playing with the same Swedes that we always do.
Every week.
Yeah, exactly. because it's basically the same amount of other countries coming to Sweden that Sweden is coming to other countries. So
Yeah.
I rather experience different courses and different people. It's much more fun for me, at least.
Agreed.
So that's my two favorite moments, at least.
Also the press conference for Josephine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We are the traveling buddies, by the way.
Yeah. Two of them.
Yeah.
Jenny Larsson is one as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one of my other Tyyni moments is the birdie on hole 2 today.
It's nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We play the hole 2 as a par 5 in the FPO, which we are coming to because Tyyni this year has an FPO layout, and I think we will continue with that topic in a moment. But a birdie on hole 2 is great.
Yeah. It felt good.
Hole 2.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of like a soft par 5 for the MPO, so to be able to get that one is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It felt really good. I executed all my 4 throws really, really well.
Yeah. You need 4 good shots to
reach it,
make,
yeah.
to make the birdie, and you did that.
Yeah.
So then it's a good par 5.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Inside Disc Golf.
And to move along to our next topic, we want to discuss FPO and MPO layouts. Because now for Tyyni, it's the first time that the European Pro Tour are testing out the FPO layout. And actually, this course is such a great course to do it on.
Yeah.
Because it's just minor changes, and it's not about making it easier, but about making it
Doable.
or
reachable.
like comparable.
Yeah.
So you guys can make the same throws that we do,
Yeah.
but with the same results.
Exactly. So, like, obviously, there's still some work to be done. It's not like 100% perfect, but the changes that's been made, they are really good.
Yeah.
Because the goal for the MPO and FPO layout is to have the winner of the MPO division and the FPO division to have a similar score at the end of the tournament.
Yeah.
That's like the main goal, because then we play the courses equally.
Yeah, and also to get like if we have a hard par 5, but not that hard. It's kind of a soft par 5, but
4.5.
Yeah, it's a 4.5, and then the scoring separation won't be that good in the FPO layouts. So some of the holes, like if you have a par 3, that's 130.
50.
And up, like 130 meters. There won't be maybe 1 or 2 birdies at most in the FPO field.
During like 3 rounds. To say.
Exactly.
And maybe some bogeys as well.
But it's an easy par 3.
Yeah,
You
because
just have
you
to execute your shots well, and then you take the 3, and then you go.
Yeah,
And
it's like a regular drive. It's a like
approach.
routine approach and a putt,
Yeah.
and you go with a 3. It's
Yeah.
not, as you said, score separating, but to have hole 2, for example, as a par 5, we will see some birdies, we will see par, and we will also see some bogeys.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you have the scoring separation for the field, because we play the hole differently.
Yeah.
If it were to be a par 4, we wouldn't be going for the 3.
No.
That would be completely unnecessary. But then you will also have more 4s and 5s.
Yeah.
And not the because now we want to go for the 4
Yeah.
to get the birdie.
Yeah.
And that could be costly, which means that we will also get the 6.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's two throws. Like if we were to play it as a par 4, we wouldn't have the double bogeys.
No.
Typically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Of course they can happen. I mean, it's a wooded hole. So,
Yeah.
and I think that also goes for the FPO layout on hole 5, the
Yeah.
monster hole.
Yeah.
Like you guys are playing like a 300-meter par 5.
Yeah,
I think it
it's
is.
311 meters or something.
Yeah. And we are playing 180 meters par 5, which is a really soft par 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's not easy anyway.
No, the thing with the tee positioning and the basket is that it's not just to go and take an eagle, for
No.
example. We've played 2 rounds and I think we only have 1 eagle.
Yeah, and that's
And
Olivia.
that's a really long C2 putt.
Yeah.
And she
Exactly.
executed it perfectly.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like you rarely see
Eagles.
FPO having eagles or eagleable holes
Yeah.
in Europe
Yeah.
because we play MPO layouts,
Yeah.
I
which
agree.
means that we were supposed to play a 311 meters par 5,
Yeah.
which is like
super tough for
by
us as well.
just throw by throw on that specific hole. I think like Heidi Line took 5 last year.
Yeah,
And I think that was like one of the few pars.
yeah, and I
on
think
that
I
hole.
took a 6 one of the rounds, and I was like, "Oh, this feels like a birdie."
Yeah, exactly, because that's what it does.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Mikko and the organizers at the European Pro Tour, they've been listening and they've done some changes, and it's just to make it more attackable. And
Yeah. And as
today-
you said, like it still needs a really, really good tee shot to even have an opportunity to go for the eagle.
Exactly.
Because you have to have, you can't reach it with a forehand. You have to have the long turnover backhand, and we have seen players try to do that, ending up both to the left and to the right into the woods instead. But when they pierce and hit the gap, it looks so nice seeing the backhand just float and turn over and then land straight in the fairway. And then you have like somewhere between 70 and 80 meters for to still left to the basket.
yeah, which is a really tricky basket and like
Yeah.
pin position as well.
I feel like the hole is very, fair because it's not too tight, but it's not too wide either.
Yep.
No.
You have like decent amount of air to throw different shots, but you still have to execute them. And the landing spots are, I mean, you have a
Kind of precise.
8 meter wide fairway or something where it's good footing. So if you can land there, you have an advantage.
Yep.
So the hole in itself, it's super fair, but it's super tough as well.
Yeah, that's why it's called the monster.
Yeah, you could risk it and go further, but you
Yep.
will,
It-
like I said, risk it to have a bad lie or anything. So
exactly.
I think
And
it's a really
as soon
fair
as
hole.
you're slightly off the fairway, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So, I think it's fair, and it was supposed to be a par 4 for the FPO, but now in hindsight, I think it's a good par 5 still. It's a short par 5, but it is 5.
I don't know
shots.
how
mean-
many
Like, you
birdies
can-
have we had during this. Can we
Maybe
check?
you have
Birdies, I think, like
I want to check.
we racked up a few yesterday, maybe not as many today. I believe there's been 1 eagle, and
But I
But
mean, you don't always have to play for the par also. You could, I mean, you have different holes, other holes that are tougher for you. So it will equal up at the end anyways.
Exactly.
And
And
you
like-
can tell by the score.
yeah,
total
definitely.
score. Yeah.
Definitely. Because we do play like the same holes on most of the course. And where you guys can throw like putters and mid ranges comfortably, maybe we need to go up to a fairway driver or a distance driver even. And with that comes a lot of risk.
Yeah, it does.
Because I like if you throw a mid range, when it hit the ground, it will have a very low impact and a very low reaction to the ground. It won't skip as much. It won't like not as much will happen to the disc after it hits the ground. For us, throwing kind of like max power with like a fairway driver or distance driver even, when that one hits the ground, it will have a big reaction.
Yeah.
It will skip, it will roll.
Exactly.
And OB comes into play so much more when you need to throw a faster disc.
Even just throwing a fairway driver or a distance driver will make you fade out faster
Yeah.
if it's overstable, or turn more if it's understable. So
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a little bit more controllable. You have to manage different shots than we do.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do, to make the FPO throw the same kinds of discs that we are on the same holes. We want to have the same shape of the hole, but we want them to throw mid-range if the MPO is throwing mid-range.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, not everybody can throw a mid-range like
exactly.
80 meters or 90 meters or whatever. But the goal is to get there.
Yeah.
And the only way to get there is to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, if I go to a course and I only need to throw my distance drivers for 18 holes, I will not be able to make a game plan including my mid-ranges or my putters. But here at Tyyni, I throw putters, mids, fairway drivers, and distance drivers. I throw forehand, I throw backhand.
Yeah.
Like Jenny throws roller on one hole. There's so much more to do and so much more fun to play this type of disc golf than it is to go out in like 10 miles per second winds, trying to throw 60 meters with an overstable disc that just fades out after 55.
Or flips over.
Or flips over, yeah. Because it's not made for the type of style that like the female anatomy can bring.
Yeah, but if we take like hole 18 in Copenhagen as an example, we had, when it was that kind of windy, we had the tee shot, and many of the FPO players was just a little bit short, so we had to make like a 15 to 30 meters layup just to be able to go over the
cross
OB.
the OB.
Because there was no chance in that wind to cross the OB.
It was a hole where you had to throw like maybe 80, 90 meters straight, and you were going dogleg to the left, and you had OB here, and then maybe 50 meters, 60 meters, was it more?
I don't think it was
thing.
more. The OB wasn't that big, but
exactly.
the throw.
But you don't dare
You needed to throw
challenge.
like 65 maybe.
To get
be
over.
From the landing to safe.
Yeah.
And it was always 10 meters per second headwind. When you got out here, you had the headwind coming here, 10 meters per second all the time.
And more in the
gusts.
Gusts.
So,
and I mean, like,
tough.
obviously, we can throw more than 65 meters with a distance driver.
Yeah.
I think I went OB all rounds because of the wind, because it lifted and it pushed, and I got OB short, and it was quite tight also. Like, you get, because of the wind and because of the speed of the disc, it gets more reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, because you played the same layout as the MPO there, right?
Yeah.
So it was a par 5, maybe 300 meters, something. I'm not sure. But my game plan was to throw a putter or a mid-range. I think it was a putter on the first throw, if it wasn't that much wind. But the last round, it was more wind, so I can disc up. But you guys are already throwing maybe fairway driver on the first one?
I was from distance driver.
Yeah, so you can't disc up anymore.
No.
And you can't change your game plan.
No.
So maybe you should get a little bit more advantage.
Yeah.
Or
then I really liked the tee and the tee shot. It was a really nice tee shot. But maybe it should have been more fair to play it as a par 6. Maybe, I don't know. Or,
but you shouldn't.
But
you should still not have
is
the
that
50 meter.
the gap is too wide.
Exactly.
To be able to cross the OB, so that the OB line is drawn in consideration to how the MPO can play the hole. Not to how the FPO can play the hole, or where we land on our drives. in more like
because they
compared
were
to our playing style.
exactly because there were many FPO players that were
You
like
either
in
flip
the dog
over.
leg. Yeah, but in the dog leg that went OB just a little bit too short of the dog leg. Yeah.
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 Maybe we're getting out of hand now with different courses and stuff like that. But I feel like it's hard to make an FPO layout also when some holes are like the holes are. I mean, as the example of hole 13 with the goose and everything. Yeah, there's a little bit inside the woods and you have to throw out and it gets more open and you have water on the right. You can't move the T-pad for FPO further forward because that will ruin the hole as it is. But I'm still throwing a mid-range and you will throw a driver. Yeah, exactly.
But I think that's a fair par three.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't always have to make
changes
that suits different genders.
Can I just give the...
Yeah, we're talking about hole 5 now.
Yeah.
And the bird is in FPO.
So hole 5 here at Tyyni averaged 4.58 first round and 4.75 today.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit.
I think that's think that's totally fair.
Yeah.
To say even that it averaged higher today with an eagle.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, and today
I'd
was
say
a little bit
that's
tougher
good.
conditions as well, so that makes it harder too. As it should.
Exactly. But I think the main thing about the different kind of layouts is not to think that it's supposed to be easier.
No.
It's very it's very easy to use that term to say that but we made the course easier for the FPO. It's not like that.
No.
It's like we want to be challenged to the skill set of an FPO player.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I know that not all FPO players agree, but there is a reason why the Pro Tour in the US changed to FPO layouts a few years ago.
And I think some you can also see that like in the FPO in the States, sometimes it's just to make a statement. It doesn't have to be the FPO playing from the shorter tee.
Exactly.
You can take the FPO from the
Long tee
and put it as
par
a par
four.
higher.
Yeah,
Exactly. Just to show that it's okay to have different kind of shots and different kinds of discs being used. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because now you have played 4 events without FPO layouts.
Yeah.
And this is the first one with, and you have 2 more events with.
Yes.
A
So
separate
they're
FPO
testing
layout.
it for the rest of the season. And the
I
remaining...
think that's the right way to go.
Yeah,
Then
I think
you
so
will
too.
see if
Yeah.
do you want this or do you want that?
Exactly. And so the remaining events for the season is Turku Open in 2 weeks. And after that, it's Järva. And for those of you that know Järva, it's a lot of like distance shots and stuff like that. So it will be very interesting to see what they come up with and how they create the FPO layout.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. You're not going there. I am going to Järva.
Yeah.
And also one thing that I want to just briefly touch within this subject is I know a lot of people are talking about, but what about the ratings? And we get so poor ratings and everything. Like that's usually an argument that you hear to like the FPO players themselves don't want to play the FPO layout because of like, but we don't want the ratings to be affected.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true.
Yeah.
Because during this season, during the first 4 events, when we finished our round in Copenhagen, it was 30 points higher rated than after the MPO had finished their rounds. So we actually lost rating points due to being in the same rating pool as the MPO.
Yeah.
And due to like, it's easier if you have so much more power and you can throw so much further. It's easier to throw in the wind because you can choose the discs.
Yeah, I
course.
can slow down the discs and everything.
Yeah.
But like if we, I mean, that's also a factor, of course, like the power to be able to do certain things. But what it also shows us is that we would be better off being in our own rating pool, even if we play the same course.
Yeah, exactly.
The exact same layout, the FPO would still benefit from being in its own rating pool as long as it's on a pro level event. This is also something to remember, because I think that if we compare this to a C tier or something like that, maybe you won't get the same result.
No.
But at a pro level event where you have players that do this kind of professionally with the ratings that we are starting to come up to in Europe right now, I think we could only benefit from it.
Yeah, I mean, why couldn't you be like 2 separate pools that you already are?
Yeah.
With? Why couldn't there be a female player with 1060 rated?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why?
We
It
don't
doesn't-
know
it doesn't matter.
because we've always been compared to men.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
And
we are not.
We are not. It is not a men's division. It's mixed.
No,
So
Yeah.
if
exactly.
you want to be compared to us, then you can play in MPO.
Exactly.
Because that's the same thing.
It's open.
Yeah.
So
So
But also-
you could have your own layouts. You can have your own ratings. It could be equal to what we have in MPO,
yeah,
but still different.
exactly.
So
But also to put it into context, what actually like, okay, Copenhagen, we lost 30 rating points.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just gone. But also,
Just to clarify, what she means is that when they had played their round, they had got their first rating,
Yeah.
and when the MPO was finished, it was lowered because
because of the round.
the results they got after they played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But during Takeover Open, now recently
In Norway.
Silva Saarinen got her ratings for the first and the second round, 971 and 990 rated.
Yeah.
Rachel Turton today at Tyyni, 993.
Yeah.
That was before the MPO went out.
Yeah.
Silvas are like in the rating, they have their own rating pool. And also this event, we have our own rating pool.
Yeah.
And we can still shoot almost 1,000 rated rounds
Yeah.
in the FPO.
Yeah.
And that's what they do in the US with their own rating pools and their own layouts. Because it's not easier, but it is put so that our skills are tested the correct way.
Yeah.
And
So you can show on good technique and good throws.
Yeah.
exactly.
But you can handle different discs and different amount of shots and
Yeah.
everything. It will explain more about who you are as a player.
Yeah.
Exactly. But also it gives the indication like we can build our own rating by being in an FPO pool.
Yeah.
It's not gonna cost us anything. Like if this round for including the MPO,
Yeah.
it might not be as good.
No, probably
Now
not.
it is different layouts, so we won't know the answer for sure.
Yeah.
But let's say that we took a birdie on hole 5. That wouldn't have happened. That's one stroke, maybe,
Yeah.
if we were to play the regular ones.
Yeah.
We're getting into details. I hope that you get the context of the pros and cons about having different layouts and why we focus on it.
I think it's important to remember that you have to at least have a few ladies in the pool. Because we played last year A tier with like 6 ladies in Sweden, and that's not enough really to get the
So of
comparable
course,
scores. Yeah.
you need the numbers to be able to do,
Yeah.
and that's the main thing, I think.
Yeah.
But when you play these like professional events, then it's another level, and that will do. Like,
I mean,
it will be enough.
why don't we just remove par? How many throws did you get?
That's a whole other different discussion.
Yeah, for
and I
sure,
think
but-
we will need to save that
Yeah,
until
maybe.
another
But I
time.
mean,
Yeah.
it's rating is
But
not
yeah.
everything, and I mean,
No.
why should you?
But
why
it is
should
relative
Someone, yeah,
to what we want to do, and
Yeah,
it has like rating is just a number. Yeah, sure, it is just a number, but that number gives me like I can sign up for tournaments. I
Yeah,
can go
that's
and
true.
do stuff. I can maybe get other sponsors. I can maybe do other stuff. So rating is not everything, but it is a fundamental part of
Yeah.
playing disc
Yeah.
golf right now as the sport looks like as of this moment. And you can get invitations to like
Yeah, I agree.
worlds just
Yeah.
by your ratings.
exactly.
And we're battling for a spot for the European Championships.
Yeah.
You can also look at the ratings. Like, it is a number, but it is an indication also. But also, maybe we save it for another time, but something that comes with having specific layouts and being more aware is the lowering risk of injuries.
Yeah. I think I can take one example, like in Brickeberg, one of my home courses. We played, when I play the back tees, maybe a good round for me in a competition is somewhere between even and +4. That would be a good round. And that would be somewhere between 900 rated and 930, I think.
Yeah, okay.
And when we played, like, I think it was front middle. It's not rated, so I don't know. But I got a -8.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think maybe the best MPO player got a -12.
Yeah.
And that shows
How close you get.
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, because you're able to compare each other
Yeah.
to kind of like more of a fair play style.
Yeah, and then it's the course doesn't become that much easier. It just becomes more technical, and the holes are reachable.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And technical is one of the parts that like the Disc Golf Pro Tour in the US are talking more about. They've been pushing distance and distance and distance for so long, but now they start to realize that it's not the distance that
No.
makes the separation, it's the technical part of the holes.
yeah, exactly.
So go out there, practice your lies, and try out an FPO layout.
Yeah.
It might not be easier for you
No.
to play what we do.
I mean, I tried the drop zone on 18 here at Sibbe, and it was not a gimme.
Exactly. And that's what we had to go.
Inside Disc Golf.
I want to thank Inside Disc Golf for letting us do this players takeover. And you can leave comments below with your thoughts and ideas about the topics that we've been talking about. And thank you for watching.
Yeah. It was super
Thank
fun
you.
to be here with you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Traveling buddies.
Traveling buddies.
I frankly want to thank my traveling buddies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So once again, I'm Elina Rydberg.
I'm Carl Falk.
And I'm Josefine Johansson.
And thank you.
See
for
you on the
today.
course.
Inside Disc Golf. The European Disc Golf Podcast. Everything about European disc golf in one podcast.